Hello students, we are going to discuss contract of guarantee today. To start with, let's understand what's going to be the structure of discussion. The first, we will take up definition, then parties to the contract of guarantee, basic principles, types of guarantees, discharge of surety, invalidation of contract of guarantee, and rights of surety. Now let's go to the discussion. The first point is definition. That is, what is the definition of a contract of guarantee? That is provided in section 126 of Indian Contract Act. The definition says, the contract of guarantee is a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of a third person in case of his default. Further, a guarantee can be either oral or written. The important point to be understood is a contract of guarantee need not necessarily be in writing. It can also be oral. Now, the next point is, who are the parties to a contract of guarantee? Normally, there are three parties to a contract. The first one is surety. Who is the surety? The person who gives the guarantee. And then principal debtor, the person in respect of whose default the guarantee is given. And third is creditor, the person to whom the guarantee is given. Now, what are the basic principles of guarantee? Let's take one by one. First is consideration. Anything done or any promise made for the benefit of the principal debtor is sufficient consideration for the surety for giving the guarantee. It's provided for in section 127. So let's be clear as to what is meant by consideration. Let's take an example. You are going to buy a car, and what you give money to the seller. So the seller is getting money, that is his consideration. And what you are getting the car in return, and your consideration is car. This is what is meant by a consideration in a contract of guarantee. Without consideration, a contract of guarantee is never valid. That is why understanding consideration is very important when we study the contract of guarantee. Now, the liability of the surety is co-extensive with that of principal debtor. It's stated in section 128. So, what is the meaning of that? It's co-extensive means the liability of the debtor and the guarantor, they are equal. It's not that the debtor is first liable and if he defaults, the guarantor comes in. No. Once the guarantee is given, the liability of both the debtor and the guarantor, they are on the same footing. They have the same validity. That's why it's called, it's co-extensive.